That I think may be a solution to some of this violence that we're experiencing. That is that there are some people who are in prison now, and they call them political prisoners. Think for yourself as an African person. Think for yourself as a member of a community of people who look like you. Think for yourself as a person who's a member of a community who has gone through certain processes that no other people in this country have gone through. Self-determination. So self-determination, that's one of them, okay? The collective worker responsibility is what we're dealing with today, and making your brothers and sisters' problems your problems. That's right. And solving them together. So this is what I'm saying, and what I'm saying is something that is meaningful.
I love the black woman, I love my mom, but I love mother energy. Again, so much goes into putting this stuff together, no matter how big it looks or how small it looks. You gotta get flyers made, you gotta make calls, you gotta send emails, you gotta be up late. You gotta make sure the car got gas to get the stuff to the place. Gotta make sure you got an extension cord. These days you gotta make sure you got that little piece that go to the piece that connect to your phone so it can hook to the computer. That's right. A lot of stuff. That's right. You know, when we throw up this fist, black power, this finger right here represents making sure the chairs are set up. This finger right here make sure, just make sure you got somebody that's going to handle the food. This finger makes sure that somebody spoke to City Hall to get that permit handled. This finger right here makes sure that we got the sign-in sheet that we don't got out here yet. This finger right here, make sure that we got the Umoja cup that we didn't have on our setup. And once we put it together, we get that strong black fist for black power. But one of them always stands out at a new Black Panther Party event. Those of you who've been coming over the years to any one of our events, whether it's our block parties in the street, whether it's our events over there at the Dolly Homes, the big community center, whether it's our Jiname program that we do around Thanksgiving time, just like Kwanzaa, or whether it's just our regular events, when we have meetings and we take it on down and go debrief each other, we go over somebody's house and we break bread together. But one particular piece of this here that stands out that everybody always remembers, they always say, are y'all cooking? People ask, I don't know what it is about that black power food, but people say, man, y'all gonna have food at y'all event? Y'all don't know. The new Black Panther Party in Trenton, though we are connected to a national, international organization, it's a lot of work trying to get Trenton together. Yes.
Brown-skinned babies exchange their name for numbers, numb and nice in uniform. Dare they not conform and form straight lines like barcodes, the corporations keep the milk cold. We filter in before them with predetermined lesson plans, coffee mugs and shackled hands, bound to teach them nothing other than how to work for the man or be somebody's slave hand. Jammed into a 3x4 with an American flag and a revolving door, a very low ceiling and a checkerboard floor, next to a Chinese place and a corner store, of course, where oppressors are glorified, and February is the only month of pride. And quite often, our most revolutionary teacher's just sitting on the bleachers with her tongue tied. Our culture quite often standardized, like we some kind of suckers or some kind of small fries. But I'm living mad. Born from a matter made of exponential form. I'm dual in my spirit, so 1 and 1 are 4. I'm square rooted to the core. These cats be light like angel cake and I'm 3.14. With algebraic tactics, You couldn't solve me with a smart board and practice. I move with guerrilla warfare, lip gloss, nappy hair, and dirty Guerrera jackets. I am living mad. Bound by proportions complementary to the gods. I'm absolute value and square rooted to the heart. This is no facade. I study hard with ancestors who roll in heavy rotation. They speak in tongues which proceeded to flood and build arcs and scientific notation. I'm a brown-skinned flower, deep rooted in attributes that leave skid marks on light years. Rebirth from the afterbirth of 12 tribes and 7 sins. My lifetime is a cliff note. A notebook holds my center. I break dance for breakfast and sponge bath in God's placenta. Easy breezy color girl, contrary to Nikki's lump sum. Most real men want some. Most men don't get none. I still be that ghetto girl Negro with the ill pop lock. High top to Caprini Green, Nazarene by bloodline, Magladine by waistline. Sip Manischewitz wine as I grind grapes with my feet to the baseline. Find me on my downtime, giving birth to Cicero's with 7 senses and cornrows. Now sell that to death poetry. And let's be very clear, I ain't here to drink beer, smoke weed, shoot the breeze, and break bread with you. I'm only here to resurrect the living dead with you. Thought it was some kind of a game, I'm not playing with you. I got the Moorish warlords with Moroccan sharp swords, Ethiopians and white-face camouflage. Already disciplined and ready for that sabotage. You listen to Minaj? Word? You should kill yourself and everybody that you came with. Arrangements, out of jurisdiction or arraignment. My name gets mentioned through the ethers, through high-frequency speakers. Certified 45, get in line. Make this revolution rap your favorite pastime. Make listening to cool tunes your very last time. Last time, he was CO and now he's gangstified. Pushing keys, catching bodies, man, somebody lied. I'd rather listen to that God noise. Elevate with fly boys, organizing army band, dead prayers. Understand I'm not a missionary, just the devil's adversary. Extraordinary, compliment the feds. And most listening are subject to conditioning. They need a hook, something snappy just to pull them in. Ooh, I hope that humming satisfies. Peace, y'all.
I hope to get caught up in the rapture before the casket has my body captured. Yeah, I want to go, but without the cuts around my wrist. Nothing is better than heaven, right? Let's go down the list. CNN reports I'm not one of the 2 witnesses. I didn't come to life after 3 days and nights with fire in my mouth spitting it. He was a Latino in the Mercer County area. An unidentified gang shot him on the boulevard. Bullet holes were various. Africans suggested it was the work of COINTELPRO. Ryder dining staff inserted microchips in his chef jacket, and human resources would already know. The killers who pulled the triggers regret what they foredid. Whoever my would-be wife is, kissed me on my cold forehead. Everybody wearing all black, dressed in formal attire. A platinum ink pen tied to my hand by a ribbon like wire. Many visitors crying, but their tears are lying. Vying over the truth about my motives for the offers that are buying. Folks reminisce about the times we shared. While I wrote this piece, it appears as if only my poems really cared. The eulogist begins by saying, what this casket holds was quite great here. He took on the path of a ghetto Shakespeare. But first, let me make clear, he preached about the end of the world, but he didn't want to wait here. The town's premier activist said, we don't need uniformity, we need unity instead. The town's premier evangelist said, it's better to give a rose for a loved one while alive than 1,000 while dead. Knowledge and wisdom can be retrieved from beyond wherever you stay. Most of the teachings I hold near and dear to my heart came from a brother living out the UK. Until I die, death feels like a fable. But somebody already let the pale horse out the staple. Lord Father God, I pray that I'm your child, no paternity. The first resurrection was the transformation, the second unto eternity. I do admit competitive sports is fun. I'm not the best poet, hopefully one of the most important ones. Endurance in the race, make sure that the full course is run. May the Holy Ghost yoke with me when these evil forces come. So many different cultures and backgrounds witnessing the same revelation. When many of us die, we become ministers of reconciliation. My works will be judged. May my labor not be in vain. Christ purchased my salvation through righteous hurt and pain. The Lord bought me with a price, despite my sinful wage. O death, where is thy sting? Where is thy victory, O grave? Thank you. I remember like it was yesterday. Jatan, singer that she's not around Trenton as she used to be as often, but she was hosting an open mic across the bridge in Marsville at Cafe International before it got to Trenton. And it was the second open mic at that restaurant. And this was the beginning of my open mic open mic deal that I'm doing now. And she came through, she rocked it, and I was completely blown away. And it just inspired me to write better, to be more aware, to be more knowledgeable. And she rocked it, some other people rocked it, singers and all that. Then I got up, and I was able to give credence to that mind-blowing experience that I witnessed. And what I said was, you know, y'all like Jesus. Y'all like the second coming. Because I don't feel like when it comes to rhyming and poetry that I don't deserve to tie our shoelaces. You know, I don't deserve that. So, without further ado, put your hands together and make some noise for Narubi Salah.
I'll be fast. I won't take up too much time. I'll do an old piece, if that's all right?
I ain't here.
You know, someone asked me once if what I do is poetry. And I had to say no. Not for a moment do I believe this to be just, well, poetry. I mean, that sounds so poetic. I think Nikki said it best that this is more like a quilt. This is what couldn't be built behind Swiss beats I tried. The neat walls of entertainment provided no ventilation for my vernacular to breathe, and Bojangles shoes just don't fit my feet, so no. Not for a moment do I believe this to be just, well, poetry. This is more like the sound in the air after the sun has been lynched. It's the feeling of a little girl being penetrated without consent. It's the feeling of graduating at the top of your class to come home once again to an empty refrigerator, forcing another fast. It's an M60 spraying while innocent youth are playing. It tastes just like strange fruit, spread thinly on wheat toast. Stacked with cotton, stacked with blood-stained cotton candy, and when handy, it can sanctify Lucifer, because this is not just poetry. This is an urban proliferated hieroglyphic, and if you don't understand it, well, maybe it's because you're not supposed to get it, because see, this is not just poetry. This is a ketchup sandwich with tap water and a smile. This is for every brother that said I wasn't worth his while. This is being on punishment while the carnival is in town. It's being told to get down, and I'm already on the ground. This is Booker T dressed in the Gettysburg Address. What this is not entertainment at its best. This is the Watts riot, August 1965. This comes in the name of Marcus Garvey, backed by the Black Star Line. This is a verbal climax ejaculated onto papyrus, promulgating the written codes of Nazareth. See, this is what this is, and poetry is what this is not. This is not about incense, frankincense, dreadlocks, and chew sticks, dashikis and big words, shea butter and big words. This breaks the back of your black book, sending haiku gurus scrambling for new words. Because see, this ain't poetry, and life ain't no crystal stair. This thing right here, this is the baseline to my existence, and that spoken word poetry thing, well, that ain't nothing more than the snare. Peace, thank you.